Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
Call the meeting to order. Excuse me. I seem to have lost my voice. Any public comment? No? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Well, I'll let somebody figure these out. Why don't you figure these quote unquote? Or you or somebody else. And why don't you start?
Maybe start the other way direction.
Yeah, I'll start the other way. Okay.
Is that everything?
Yeah, well, there's one of these, more of these that we
Shouldn't be.
we think this is a duplicate. The lingo, there's 2 pages.
Got it?
The top page.
This one too?
Yeah. Carl, you think these are duplicates?
Let me see. Yeah. So these we didn't pay the last time because there was a question about whether or not we owed them anything.
So we
We
didn't.
do.
We didn't give it to Alex last time?
No, we didn't because we didn't sign it because I called Lingo
Oh, but
to
you
check
have,
on it.
you have it though.
I
Because
have them.
I don't have it, okay.
No, I have them.
So we'll
yes.
just,
Well,
you
another
destroy
coding
yours and we'll pass
Sure.
those around.
Right.
Okay.
And this covers the period up until we canceled the
So
contract.
that should be it,
And this should be it, yes.
okay.
How often does Casella come?
More often lately.
I see that.
That's what we got blocked with storage.
We don't have enough storage.
No. Can't get it thick enough to get it shipped, so we have to send it before.
It's because of the way the plant runs.
Yep.
Yeah, this one.
Extra?
Well,
next time.
Yeah, that's gonna tie up with,
Next one.
yeah. Okay, so we've got 3 things to sign from Coda and Coda.
Let me see, Betty.
We got this from,
Paper clips, want some paper clips?
charges from January 14th and 24th.
Here,
Some other, oh, perfect, I got paper.
I got paper. Yeah. Probably something an engineer might have done. No, wait, well, if they signed a 3, then you don't have to worry about signing the rest. Signing the 2 unless you want to.
Confusing what it is.
We only need-
CCB and a CBB.
Yeah, we keep it straight.
Yeah. These are all.
This is,
Is there? There's don't forget your zebra.
Okay.
these are all signed?
Why'd you wrap
We're gonna
it?
go with this one.
Why did
You
you,
need to, somebody
rip that
else
one
needs
up?
to sign that one.
It's nothing. This just
Oh,
gobbledygook. It's not a bill.
a bill?
Not anymore.
I guess not.
Oh, there's two
It's
of
just the
them there, Matt.
papers that came with it.
There's another one, there's two bills there.
2 bills here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a bill. Nope, that one was a bill.
Uh-oh.
See, these other ones were blank.
Get some tape on the desk.
Need some tape.
Minute needs some tape.
They're carried away.
All right, is that it? Do I have?
These are just blanks.
Okay. Let's
Oh,
get,
do we want the sheriff?
All right, I'll do it.
the sheriff's department, we'd like to invite you to come on down.
I'm just here to see if there's anything I need to pass on to the
Okay.
sheriff, issues, concerns.
Okay. Somebody who was gonna, were you gonna call?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm still in the
Knife.
Oh,
process
your
of
person at the sheriff's office?
talking to people. I talked to the sergeant a
Yeah.
couple of times,
Yeah,
and he referred me to Department of Administration and Judicial Bureau. And I'm still waiting for some information back from those two people.
okay.
Have you reached out to Newfane?
I have, but I haven't gotten a call back from either of the trustees whose names I got. I've gotten their
Was that a real one?
phone numbers and their voicemails.
I have tape
But
too.
I called the town clerk and got an email address for the village of Newfane, so I'll try that. People maybe will answer emails.
What she does.
So it appears to be a more complicated question than
This is
you would
I know
think.
it's a while the village of Newfane wasn't getting incorporated.
Yeah,
I can try to research. One member who's part of our state's attorney's office, I see her quite a bit before. Try to get more information from her. It was before her time that they did that. There was one actual member, I believe, that's left that was part of that when they did it. But have you reached out to the North Cities, leagues and towns?
I have not reached
That
out
would
to
be a
them
good
yet.
resource because they provide all legal guidance for villages or towns. I actually tried to reach out to them on behalf of one of our other towns at one point. I was told just to give them the number because separation of law enforcement and speed enforcement, if we're there to enforce, not help guide the town or village through the process.
Any questions for the deputy?
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Any request of like presence of when you would like to see more vehicle from residents coming to you, or
I haven't heard
early
anything.
morning, late night?
I
Has there-
haven't,
No?
There hasn't been.
February
it's
has been
pretty
very
quiet.
slow due to the inclement weather that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had,
Yeah.
so.
No, I mean, there hasn't been any problems that I know of.
Not until warm weather.
And even
Stop
then, it
numbers.
hasn't been too bad.
Right.
And that's part of what we do is with some of our contracts, for example, more presence, say in the summer months versus the winter ones. The average will come out the same, but just an increase in presence during those times.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
All right, so, should we do that, or should we, do you have something besides the budget you want to talk about? What's this optimization thing?
Oh, it's something that it's due to the state.
But you said something about, talking about it tonight.
No, I just wanted to have, we can discuss it if you'd like, but it was just something, it's a plan that we have to do to the state Part of our, there was 3 plans that were part of our inspection that we did.
Okay.
Was a power failure plan, the optimization plan for the nitrogen, and then I'm in the process of redoing used to be the SSPP, sewage spill prevention plan, but it's now the emergency response plan.
So, you
So
don't
I've got the one that we did back in 2008 or 10, and I've got it converted over to our office to PDF so I can actually make changes to it. And I'm working on that. But
So you don't
we
need
got
to-
until the middle of the month,
You don't need
next
us
month.
to do anything.
Nope, it was just more of an informational
Oh.
thing that you have.
Okay.
So is this the person who prepared that nitrogen optimization plan?
Yep.
Are they submitting it to the state, or are you, or is it something that we
I
need to do as trustees?
I think I can forward it. She sent it to me electronically, so I forwarded it on to you guys, but
Yeah.
I can also submit it to the state.
So you know who to submit it
Yeah,
to? All right.
yeah, so.
If you would take care of that,
Yeah,
that'd be great.
no, that's fine. And I think I'm gonna do that just to make sure, before our deadline, to make sure they're okay with it, in case we have to do other things.
It looked like a well put
Yeah.
together report, and
Yeah, so I think it was Liz Walker from the Vermont Rural Water Association. She did a lot of testing, came down to, I don't know, half a dozen times do testing on the plant. And then in conjunction with I think it was Gary from the SBR company. They kind of put that together. I think he gave them all that pictures, diagrams, so she could insert it into the plan. So, which was nice.
so is at a future meeting, is there something you could, give us a summary of, or is it something
Yeah,
we should
I mean,
go through on our
I
own?
can get either that, or I can even give you guys email you a copy of the plan. So
Okay.
it's just, yeah. Yep, I can certainly do that. And you can look at it, and then we can discuss it after you guys had a chance to look at it. Do it that way too.
So let's start with the wastewater budget first. Does everybody have a worksheet or something to work with?
I don't.
Is there a worksheet?
Well, Mick,
Can we make
This
copies of one?
this is the one,
So
this is the one I
yeah,
got from Alex with the actuals.
Yeah, I've actually got.
Budget
that.
actual and
I've got
proposed.
some copies of that summarized along with the prior year, budgets for reference. If we want
Okay.
You want to make copies?
So I've got 4 copies, so
I've got
looks like we
last
might need
year's.
a couple more.
Not many, sure.
I've got last year, what he sent us last year, actual
Yep.
and over and under.
So I carried that same information.
Back,
Well, this was 2018 and 19.
yeah, right.
So that was 2 years ago. But he also had sent.
Oh,
He also
that's
sent.
this year. That would be
Gonna
18,
go up.
19,
Is
19,
that the same
20.
as this?
We're in
Oh, yeah.
1920 currently.
Yeah, right.
So we're doing the
I think we
2021
can go
budget.
down
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
it's
he
not.
also sent this
Electricity's
ahead
up,
of
right?
last week
1,500,
with
don't
the
even know,
1920 budget and the
1845,
actuals
09.
through mid-February.
I thought this was,
Um,
what is this then?
That's,
The end of year.
he sent this so that we have the end of year, which
Okay.
we really don't need for
Okay.
wastewater.
All right, that's
All
what
right.
I don't need.
This is the one. Yeah, this is the one Ben
Okay,
has.
thank you.
Okay. So, Alex, the village treasurer, about a week ago had prepared an outline of the 2019-2020, which is the year that we're currently in, the budget figures. So those are in the column to the left of what I've got noted as proposed. And then if you jump 2 columns beyond that, there's a year-to-date 62% column. So that's money that we spent against the 2019-20 budget through mid-February. So 62% of the way through the year. And then what I did was carried a run rate out to the end of the year for certain items, but there's some items that it doesn't make sense to do a run rate because, like the BF management, we know what that contract's for, so we should just put in the actual contract amount. The bond payment, you know, we know what that is. That's fixed. So I've added some notes.
And that BF thing is due up.
The 3-year contract's
It's
up?
up, yeah.
Is it up?
Yeah, and I think it's gonna stay the same. I mean, we've been doing it now for 6 to 8 months, and the time is gonna be about the same as what we had before, so.
They're not gonna go up a certain percent?
It'll go up a certain percentage like it is, it's always up.
But the time that you're at.
But the
20.
time we're out there,
Oh,
I
you
don't
mean,
think it's gonna be any different than what we've been doing before, which kinda worked out, the way the contract went in, it worked out pretty good.
so the
And
six,
then, and if we do have stuff that we've had extra, we'll do like we did before when we did the startup and training. We'll just bill it that way, but I'm thinking, a lot of it has to do with the SCADA system, it helps. Cause we know when the plants, which tank is gonna start happening, so we can go out and test it.
Time you're-
So we can go out half hour, 45 minutes before, get everything done, and that's a big help. If we didn't have that, it would be a guessing game to drive
Oh,
out there.
jeez.
We're trying to track it to see if there's an actual pattern to it, but it doesn't seem to be. But that is gonna, my proposal is to do 3%.
Okay.
Like we
So
did
that
before.
that's exactly what I've
Yep.
put down there is a 3% increase year over year for the BF management.
61,953.
61,953.
Okay.
The other thing that the treasurer provided last week was, detailed information about all of the spending, for the year. So there was a couple of items that I noted. The first was the administration. We had 1,500 budgeted. We have already spent 1,845. When I look at the administration, it looked like there was I don't know if it was carryover from the previous year or what, but there was 2 treasurer payments. So
How much do we pay the treasurer? What's the total?
I don't know.
I need to know that for an audit thing I have to send in.
We've got, he's noted, it's a $312.50 payment, and it's noted as 1/2 treasurer.
There you go.
How much? 3 what?
$312.50.
That's not half treasurer? That doesn't
It says half treasurer.
It was a strange figure.
Yeah, it is 625.
And then there's another one in there that for another $312.50 that says 1/2 2019-20 treasurer.
Has anybody got a budget? I mean,
Well,
the
it doesn't-
annual
it's not-
No, annual report from last year.
Yeah, but it's not, it doesn't break it down that way. It's just administration.
But I thought we vote on how much we pay them.
No. Unless we change it, we just vote on the budget.
I'll make a note of that.
But we have the treasurer and the tax collector, so there's 2 people.
Okay.
But administration also includes buying stamps and
Yep,
whatever
and
expenses.
and there's envelope reimbursements
Yeah.
and postage and print costs
Yeah.
for sewer bills and
So-
stamps.
So his,
There's half of the tax collector,
how much is that?
375.
That wouldn't be, that, okay, so the tax collector gets less than the
Yeah.
treasurer.
There was also a state of Vermont permit that was in there for $315. So that's a project related cost that wouldn't be recurring. Especially that one, I think we don't need to budget 1,800. If 300 of the expenditure was that one-time expense. So I thought we should hold that budget item flat at 1,500. And the rest of it, it's pretty much using the best estimate for the expenses, either using the run rate or known if we know what the expense is going to be. There was lab fees. we had budgeted 3,000. We've spent already 7715. But there's in that 7,715, there's $5,900 of what looked like major testing expenses. There was $2,500 with Lily's testing, $1,177 with Wind River Environmental.
Lily's is supposed to be under maintenance, plant maintenance. Is that way under?
What is that item?
He's
Is that the pump stuff or
no,
the
he's
calibration?
yeah, calibration and
Calibration.
just an on call for electrical issues. Just because we're not electricians. But that shouldn't be in that item. It should be one
So
down.
what
If
is
I'm
it
following.
that, can you explain again what it is that
Lily
That's
instrumentation.
$2,500
It's for for having him. It's a split fee between our two plants, Bells Falls and Saxon River. It's $2,500 for him to be on call at any given time if something happens to the plant to get us
so
back up.
what do
and
we
running.
call him in for?
It could be a down VFD. It could be
No.
a down.
But what did we actually call him in for?
We haven't, but it's one of those things.
It's
that
it's
a
a
protection thing.
it's
that
a what
if
do
you
you
do
call
have
it
to
when
have
you-
them in there.
it's a, what do you call it when
It's a
like
binder.
Well, it's
No,
So
it's-
you're
Service
paying them a
contract.
flat fee.
playing them flat fee to be on call,
Yeah.
basically.
Huh.
what do you
I don't
call
know what
that
you
when
wanna call
you
it.
have somebody on
Retainer?
Retainer,
No.
retainer?
yeah,
That's the.
yeah, whatever you want. But that should be in not in lab fees. That should be in plant maintenance.
Huh. Because we
So-
only had $2,000 total budgeted for plant maintenance. So we
Yeah, I
can't
don't-
afford a $2,500 retainer fee for an electrician.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what we. Why did it go from 8,000 to 2,000?
Because
typo?
because we just built a new plant.
Okay.
Well, is this something we have had?
We've had him
All
for
along.
right along. So it's nothing new. So
So we
I didn't realize the
Getting our
budget
value out of that.
went down from 8,000 to 2,000, and we've already spent 2,200 in the
But that doesn't include Lily.
no.
Well,
He's included in the budget.
Yeah,
Just
but
different
not
line
in
item.
that
Not-
item.
Not in that line.
So
item.
if you added him, that'd be another 447,100.
So Rob, what would be the risk if we did not hire him to be on call for $2,500?
Yeah, you're. I don't know who you call in the middle of the night. Plant goes down.
Well, at this point, we would call.
Right now, we would for the
we would
next
call
month and a
Penta
half,
to
2
have it
months.
fixed.
Right, but that hasn't gone so well right now. So I just sent out another email to Dexter about the stuff that's been down, and I haven't heard a response back yet. So, but that's only going to go until April. So we can.
So let's talk about some of these other testing expenses. There was $1,177 with Wind River Environmental.
Wind River was they're the flushing and TV company for the lines.
That's line maintenance then.
It's line maintenance. They came in and did flushing and TV.
That should have been under line maintenance.
Yeah.
So he's just putting it all under general stuff.
Well, it's
Probably
it's
we
under
need
lab
to,
fees.
we need to
I don't see.
notarize it. We probably don't know. We just sign it. You know, it's for the plant and it gets moved
Yep.
on.
And then $2,230 with Aquatech.
It's not ringing a bell.
Let's see if we've got the date.
How much?
Are those
do-
chemicals?
2,000 something.
No.
Aquatech?
Aquatech.
That was in November. Or we paid for it in November.
Yeah. It's
This, it's right here.
2230. Oh, that was for the testing we did for. That was the testing we did in the fall, we had to bring up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I delivered them to Williston. That was for the to see if the minnows or the fish. It's a test. It's a wet test that we have to do. A cube test we have to do for our permit. For the state of Vermont. It's a one-time. I think we got to do it. I don't know if we got to do it again in 2022.
So we don't need to budget for it for this year?
No.
Okay.
No, but that's what that is. Yeah, I had to take a test up. Had to take a sample up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, and that was river samples and plant samples.
Okay.
So that's all part of our state permit for the state of Vermont.
Okay.
That's what that is.
All right.
All right.
So if we take out the if we take those all out of the lab fee,
Yep.
item, then we're under the $3,000 that we had budgeted.
Right.
So I was suggesting we keep that at 3,000. The line maintenance was showing that we hadn't spent anything, but apparently we've spent 1,177.
Right.
And I had held that at $3,500.
Right.
So the only thing is really this Lily's testing,
Right.
$2,500.
Well, yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Does he have a report of what he's done for us over the past few years so that we could see if that's something that's worthwhile?
Well, it's the unknown thing. I mean, yeah, he might not have any calls because it's brand new, but there's that call in the middle of the night that I can't figure out to get the plant up and running. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm after is how many calls in the middle of the night have we had?
No, we haven't had any, but I'm saying that's the scenario that I mean, I have it down Bells Falls and we've got a brand new plant down there, but it's those times where if it doesn't start and we need it to start.
It's basically insurance.
Yeah, it's insurance that he's going to show up, so I can't get a hold of Larry Hennessy or somebody else in the middle of the night to come down and fix it. And that's kind of a ongoing thing we've had forever. I mean, we could try to look around for somebody else. I mean, EII did all the work there at the plant before, but they're going to come from Meredith. And I've looked at their contracts too before for Bells Falls, and they're pretty expensive.
What does Bells Falls have? The
Same thing.
Oh.
Same. Because we both of us do this under one person, we split the cost
Oh,
to have the insurance.
so it would have been more if we just did one on our own.
Yeah, I think that's where he structures it. It would have been more. I don't know how much more, but
We get a discount.
Have you been calling him for issues in Bellows Falls?
yeah, he was down here. When was it? Last week before. I've been at training, so the last 2 weeks. So, but he was down for a VFD problem we had, and a transformer problem in one of the boxes that we had. So, yeah. And I've called him for RBC stuff and different things throughout the down there. So it's just when you get into 480, I don't mind playing around 110. I don't like the big stuff. You know, I can check fuses.
Well, you
and
certainly
that
need
stuff,
an electrician to come in if something breaks.
Right.
But it sounds like we're paying $2,500 a year to offset the cost for the Bellows Falls plant.
Well, we pay $2,500 too. I mean, we can do a separate contract.
Right,
It's
but
going to cost you more.
we don't utilize the insurance.
Well, you
Bellows
would if
Falls plant does.
you would if you had problems.
Yeah, that's why it's insurance.
Right. Right now we're under the 1 year contract, a 1 year, so to speak, warranty. But I don't know how well that's going because we got some stuff that we need to get fixed and nobody seems to be responding.
Yeah, but we had a very old plant prior to that. You're saying we never had to call
Oh, yeah.
for that either.
No, we did. We called him on the old plant all the time. He came in and fixed stuff. You just don't ever see a bill for when he shows up. If he fixes
He's
something,
been
you don't.
paid.
He's
Because
been
he's been
paid.
paid.
Oh, so it is something that we've used.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you
absolutely.
said we
no,
have
we
not
haven't
called
used
him.
it lately because of the new plant. But when was the old plant? Oh yeah, he was down there quite a bit. Oh yeah, to keep the old plant going, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah. And then normally you don't see a bill unless we have to buy something that's
Parts.
parts basically. You're paying the parts, but you don't pay the labor. So yeah, he has been utilized. Oh, yeah.
Well, I would say it's a necessary expense.
Yeah.
But
So we should move that into plant maintenance.
Maintenance, and increase plant maintenance
And
up.
increase the plant maintenance. So for plant maintenance, we had $2,000 budgeted.
right.
Alex says we've spent 2371. Oh, I'm sorry, 2214. But in that was $800 for a tree removal. It was part of the plant upgrade project.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And
Won't be repeated.
it won't be
Scope of
repeated.
work?
No. It was after the fact, but you can put it on the project if you want to.
It was a one-time
Expense.
expense
Right.
related to the
Protecting the plant, the new plant.
yeah.
Potentially, yeah. Well,
Um,
the tree snapped off, so yeah.
but let's yeah. So you can scan.
Well,
that.
what's the running rate of 3572? Is that what it would finish out at the end of the season? Is that how you
What's
plant
the name of
maintenance?
the thing?
What it's going to look like at the end?
Well, yes, except if you took the $800 tree out,
Yeah.
you know then.
So it's going to run out to 2,800.
27.
700.
Yeah, something like that. But here's what he's got in plant maintenance. I've circled all these gas charges and moved those out already. But see if
They're going to go to where?
well, they're going to go to heat for
No.
propane.
Well, is it
Oh.
oil, is it gas for the lawnmower? Or is it
Oh, yeah, some.
plant maintenance?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would say that these are probably gas bills for the pump. That's heat probably there. So if he's putting heat, that's gas for buying gas. Maybe they're only
My
that
gas
one-
for what?
Gasoline.
The pump.
Oh.
The Supernate.
Well, that's a gas-powered device.
Oh yeah. The one we had to fix this year up at Brown's. Yeah, and then we had to rent one in the meantime. Yeah, it's gas powered.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, so I would say that's heat, but I can't believe. Well, I don't know. They've only been there one time. I know he's been there more than that because he was sneaking under the fence to fill the tank.
Really?
Yeah, the guy caught him. One of our guys just happened to show up when we were there.
You can get under the fence?
Well, you can in the summertime, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess he must have been pretty skinny. But then if it's wet over in that corner, it gets all wet and you can't get underneath there. But so after that, it was like, yeah, I'm going to get you. We got him a key, so that they have a key now to go through the regular gate, which is what I wanted to do. But I knew we hadn't had the heat on,
Right.
so it wasn't to me a big deal. But I guess the guy was checking it, and not knowing that the building is super efficient. We don't use that much, but I don't know what we're using for propane. So.
So we should probably bump the plant maintenance item up by
Yep.
the 2,500. So I'll make
Yep.
that 4,500. So it looked like the sludge removal has gone up.
Yep.
So I set that at the run rate.
1558,
Yeah.
580?
Well, I put 15.5. I rounded it off. And then the telephone looked like we were running higher than the budget, but that was because we had that extra line that's been
Yeah,
taken
so that
out.
should be back down.
And did you get a credit for that? No.
Not yet, still working on that.
Okay.
So you putting it at 1500?
So I left that at 1,500.
Okay.
Now UV bulbs, we didn't have any expenditures so far this year for UV bulbs.
No, because and I think we have a set.
Do you anticipate any need for that for the coming year?
It's something new. I don't. I'd hate to say no, and then have to. You know what I mean?
We should probably leave that in there.
You may want to leave that in there. I just don't know. You
How
don't.
much,
well, I
how
mean,
much are the bulbs?
It was in,
I have no
last
idea.
year we
Oh,
had
no.
it, or the current year, we had budgeted $4,800.
I don't know where you got that number from.
That was an estimate that the engineers had done, but.
It'd be nice to know what the actual
Yeah,
cost
I
of
mean,
the
I
bulb
can-
is,
I
then
can-
we could,
right.
you know, how
I mean,
many
I can-
bulbs are there?
There's 6 per unit, so there's a dozen bulbs.
Ooh. So,
But it hasn't been operating all year, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
All the UV systems up and running.
no, but it hasn't, when did it first start operating?
October, April, middle April.
So it's been
Oh.
a year.
Almost a
good.
year. Almost
Oh.
a year.
Oh.
So
and you said you have a set, or is that?
we have some spares.
some-
I think we have a set of 6. I'm pretty sure that's
And
what
we spent
as far as.
4,800?
No, we haven't spent anything.
Yeah, it would be good to know what.
But I
those-
can get a cost of.
Yeah. Just so we have an
Year-to-date,
idea if all
0.
12 go. we
Oh,
know
zero.
what we're
Year-to-date,
dealing with.
Oh, I'm
Right.
looking at this.
And it's all
Mm.
depends on what your the amount of what the water's going through it, and with the quality of water and all that stuff. Right now we need to get the wiper motor fixed.
Well, maybe we should take that out until we
That's still not bad.
find out.
No.
And then heat. We had $5,000 budgeted. It looks like year to date we've spent 157.
Yeah.
So looks like 5,000's way off.
Oh yeah.
Any? I put $1,000 in there, but that was a total guesstimate.
Yeah, but I mean, has he
not gonna
got
be-
any
not gonna be
quotas
fun.
bills anywhere else?
No, actually, that's where the 157 come was these. So if I take out the
Gas.
gasoline for the Supinate pump, it's even less than 157 that we
Yeah,
spent.
but they've had to come. Maybe not.
It's not going to be $5,000.
No. I don't think it's gonna be $5,000. Yeah, you put 1,000, and we'll just have to adjust it from next year
Okay.
to get an actual run on it. But it's
Well, you could do 1,500. I mean, you don't have to.
yeah, I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless I check with quotas and see, you just get the numbers of what the thing is doing so far. But I can't believe that one bill for what was it? $30,
$59.
$59. I got a feeling it's maybe.
Well, do you notice it running, or is it just too much noise down there where you don't?
No, it's just
feel-
it's just a wall mounted. It's just a wall mounted
Okay.
unit. It's not a furnace, so you don't hear come on. You don't hear like this one come on and off. You'd have to be in the room to see it come on.
Ah.
It just clicks on, it heats up the instant water, and then sends it through. But the plant's pretty warm, as we don't
Right.
keep the
If
other
it's,
room.
if it's more than that, then it must be getting billed to the village account.
It's got to be billed somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can't see it being 5,000.
No, I can't either.
No.
But yeah, like I said, 1,000, 1,500 should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we paying per propane? Do we have a propane bill the other day or just now? It'll be what?
How much a gallon?
Yeah, it's gonna be $2-3 a gallon, right?
Oh yeah, it's probably close to 3.
Should get in there a little bit around here. That's when it's okay.
That's the way it should be.
I guess I'd like that.
Yeah. Well, you're an employee, so.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one for the wastewater plant. Gasoline. Oh, that's the lawnmower.
Yeah, it's a gas can.
No, or the snow blower.
Snow blower, some Supinate pump.
Oh, here,
Whatever.
LPG, 101.2 gallons, $240.86. What's that come to?
Should
Well, it
say.
should-
That's the one we just signed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for the plant?
Wastewater plant.
So that's for
There were tickets there for that.
Yeah.
Those other things
Yeah,
were
they're
tickets.
cash.
yeah. So that's $242. Yeah. So
Let's get the ticket on the back.
Yeah. No. Well, it should be on the statement too.
Well, yeah, but that ticket will say what it was a gallon.
238.
Hmm.
Put in 101 gallons. So. And
So
if,
that's
and
one
if
fill,
he did
it's
that,
240.
if he did that, what was the other one he did for 59?
59.
So yes, I mean, so you're gonna do say another 240 for February, maybe.
So thousands probably.
Probably 1,000 would
Good
be,
budget.
be pretty close.
Okay. All right.
Just
So,
going by
so
what
the
this
only, so the only change then is adding
Yeah,
$2,500 to the plant maintenance
Oh, before
for
we
that
forget.
Lily's contract,
Thank you.
Yep.
which brings the total to $251,161.
You just got.
The 248,661 goes up. By
You want to take
25.
out the UV bulbs for now, or you want? You want me to email those?
What do you guys think?
I don't know. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't know we had a line item in there for them.
$4,800.
Yeah.
And you just put in $1,000.
I did because we haven't spent anything.
We haven't spent anything, so.
So it was
So
kind of
just
a
leave the
guesstimate.
1,000 in there,
Right.
find out
Yeah,
how
I'll
much.
find out what it
So
is.
we'll leave
How
it at
much they
1,000,
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so there's something in there.
Okay.
So what did you come up with the heat? What figure? The propane?
1,000.
Okay, so
Leave
Yeah.
the heat.
So
at
the only one
1,000.
that changes is this, and then that brings that number to 251,161.
Light bulbs are expensive.
so everything else is the same.
Yep.
Okay.
Order the bulb. Yeah, it could be. I'd have to go. I read. About 2 feet long, 2.5 long. Very powerful.
Find a
What's the
good supplier.
difference? 2, 5,
Yeah, the company.
1, 6.
I'm sure there's you can't go on Amazon and purchase
No.
those.
Versus last year.
Can't get Prime to drop off with their
Oh, I don't think so.
with their drones on a Sunday.
On a Sunday afternoon.
2,500. Oh, that's close. You just added 2,500.
Yeah.
All right.
So the new total is what, 250?
251,161.
So maybe
So
we need.
that's less than a 1% increase over last year, and given that we had a new plant and we had to really
And you-
estimate the budget last year,
It's
I
not
feel
bad.
like that's not bad.
No.
And we're probably still going to refine it some more, going forward. It would be nice to find some areas to cut some money out of that, to keep the user fees in check. But I think we'll be able to hold the user fee with that increase.
Well, sounds like one of the biggest issues is the fact that we have to have the sludge removed.
Sludge removals.
Because
That's
it's
a
not
big
being
one.
allowed
That's gonna
to
be-
settle.
Yeah, we just can't get it.
Yeah, that's costing us a few thousand more per year.
Just a few.
Yeah, just 3,000 more. The big one of the big issues is the electricity.
Yep.
The electricity's gone up by $7,000 a year.
Solar panels.
Yeah.
Um,
What do we do about looking into that? Buy into the local
Yeah,
field.
yeah, 'cause you don't get it. Believe me,
So what do
won't
we?
get a rebate?
What do we have? What's our draw down there? Do we know? Someone want
No
to
idea.
look into that?
Does that show anything on the bill?
Sure.
uh,
Oh, that's probably right here.
It's
That's
veto.
veto.
Is that the one?
utility.
The RIP one?
Oh, these are nothing.
They're gonna say, well, these people
No,
are
this
really
is all
mad
the
at us. We're
mumbo
really-
jumbo.
Okay, here's the new
That's what
building.
you said before.
I know.
Keep one back.
Here's the new building,
That's a new-
9,000 kilowatts.
Well, let's wrap the budget up and we
Okay.
can
Yeah.
talk about
Okay.
I'll say, okay,
possibly
so the,
solar. So I'll make a motion that we set the sewer budget for 2020, 2021 at $251,161.
Second.
any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. But what we need to do is maybe sit down with Alex and figure out which category some of this stuff is.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Well, we don't
Well,
know without Rob.
Well, no, but
saying that.
I mean, as far as where Lily goes in plant maintenance and that
Yeah,
chemicals,
that's
that kind of stuff.
That's
Yeah.
that's
or
really
like the aqua.
that's
the
really
aqua
the,
one.
Yeah,
I mean, I know.
so they get in the right categories.
well, the Aquatech was appropriately categorized. That was
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to think
But,
about
but,
what,
the,
right.
but the Wind River needs to be
Yeah.
moved to line
Right.
maintenance,
Right.
and Lily's needs to be moved to
Plant
And
maintenance.
I don't know how,
Yeah.
I mean, what, I mean, you can ask me, I guess. Email me.
I think
And
if
I
we
don't
just
mind
clear
that.
up those two, those, everything else looks like it's in the right spot. Okay?
Yeah, I don't think of anything else. I mean,
So,
you want this?
Oh, you know, the administration, that's half of
That's
it.
fine.
That's half. Because the other half is the general budget.
Right.
Yeah, so he gets 3,000,
so
or less than.
as far as the plant is concerned, I know you sent out an email to Dexter, and he said he was going on vacation a couple of meetings ago regarding
The stuff that's on the list.
stuff that's on the list, the 1 year warranty,
Yep.
and I don't think we've heard from him, right?
Nope, I sent out another email today.
Rob's got issues with stuff, and we're not getting a response. And it would be nice to know what the protocol is when this 1 year is up, because my sense is it's going to, I guess the feeling I have is it's going to be like, tough luck, we tried to fix the noise, but we can't. So, you know, what is the, does that go into a legal aspect? Or it doesn't seem like much is going on. I'm sure they have other work happening.
Yeah, he did let us know that the protocol, when we have an issue to get warranty work, would be to go through Tata and Howard. He said we could go direct to Penta. He said, but he offered, you know, to be the go-between. So we did get that direction.
Okay. So do we need to, does Rob need to come up with a list of items and have it go through you to
I think
them?
that's already been done.
Done.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
making
We did
sure
that. I did
because
that and I followed
it's
up
coming.
Yeah, I
today
feel
with,
I feel like we already have done that as far as making sure that everything was had been officially submitted. And I think once it gets on, or identified as a warranty issue, then just because a 1 year clock goes by doesn't mean that it still doesn't need to be resolved. Yeah, so that's
Right,
we
that's
also got
just
to-
my concern, that it's,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to that and they're gonna be like, well, when you contacted them, you didn't contact us,
Yeah.
the year is up, too bad, this doesn't work,
Yeah.
you'll have to hire somebody to fix it.
Yep.
And that,
Yep.
so I guess I just wanna, before we get there, I guess,
Right.
have some sort of plan in place.
and I followed up
paper
today
trail and-
again when I got back this morning.
Yeah, I can
So,
double check the emails. I feel like I've copied. I think I've
Mhm.
copied everybody on.
Yeah, you did
on
when
the
you sent that out.
correspondence.
Yeah,
So, but I may not have copied you on all the responses.
You haven't got a response from Dexter though, other than
he was going on
Thank-
vacation.
Yeah, let me
thanks,
double
sir.
check and make sure that's the case.
Yeah,
but
'cause that's all I got,
I
too.
think that's right. Okay.
perfect.
So by the looks of these orange lines, from where we started with our old plant to where we are now, we probably need to be looking into some solar panels to maybe buy into, or, we were, under 1,500,
Sure.
maybe 1,500, and February was over 9,000.
Yeah.
Kilowatts.
Wasn't the last year, this year
Yeah.
comparison?
Can we somehow get into the rec department solar thing? Can they, how does that
Because
work?
the rec department's their own, isn't that their own, or is
What do
that
you mean?
somebody else's?
I mean,
Up here?
Yeah, they have, don't they have like credits or something that you can,
Yeah, we need a lot more credits than that little thing's producing.
Put a big farm up there.
Yeah. Well, it certainly
Take
would
over
be,
the soccer
I mean,
field.
I don't know if there's,
Days and such.
if there's panels in Saxtons River that can be purchased, but it's certainly worth,
Shenhome.
yeah, it certainly would be
Yeah.
worth looking into and
Yeah.
kind of figuring
Yeah.
out, long-term, we're gonna be paying that. That's almost $2,000
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah, because we've got our bond payment is the biggest chunk of the budget. Then we've got the Bellows Falls
Administration.
management of the plant.
Yeah.
That's the next biggest. Then we're on electricity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. All right, good.
Is that the bill?
We need to do the village, right?
This is the bill, yes.
You know, we should probably have a copy of that back now.
You want it? Offer's on. I
Is it?
think so. Maybe now. I don't know if there's any paper.
Okay.
All right, is that it for me?
Guess so.
All right.
Thank you.
Make two, Matt.
Matt,
Yes.
make me
Gotcha.
one. Thank you.
Heavy grant or some
You can talk to Eric.
grants, get some solar.
Okay, enjoy your evening. Thank you. Thanks, Rob.
What? You ready? You have a similar?
No, I didn't do something similar for the village.
Okay. I don't know if I brought Eric's copy. Okay. No, I have a budget this year, those figures.
So Alex also sent out, a week and a half ago, for the village budget, he sent out what our 2019-2020 budget was. That's the year we're currently in, and the actual expenses through the middle of February. Did you guys receive that?
Yeah.
The, Matt, what I'm referring to looks like this.
Let's see.
I think what you're looking at is what he just sent out
Can you make me a copy?
Oh,
of that?
yeah.
today, which
Yeah.
is actually the prior years. So you need this,
Can you,
please?
yeah. You need this too, Matt? Matt, you need this?
Got the one?
Yeah. Can you make a couple of copies of that?
Oh, yeah, that looks different.
One for me too, please.
It must be. Technical. Oh, I need.
Agreed.
Okay. Where are you gonna play poker this week? You lost your poker place.
Yesterday she was talking about doing a pop-up opening.
Pop-up opening, but she's gone away. Well, just give you the key, right? But then she got
Yeah.
to heat it.
What else needs
Well,
one?
for me,
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
trade with this. All right. Somebody's got the original.
So,
It's
I
the first
did.
one on the menu.
The only comment I have is that last year, when you look at the sum of the capital reserve, we had a $5,000 budget for fire department capital reserve, a $3,000 budget for fire station development, and a $2,000 general capital reserve. So that's $10,000 that we had budgeted for capital reserve. I think it seems like with the impending urgency of getting a new fire station, that it would make sense to increase that even more. Also, we've got just about or just under $20,000 cash on hand. That's going to get
In that category, you mean, or in general?
for the village. We
Oh.
had, at the end of
Oh,
the
yeah.
last
Yeah,
year, we had
19.
almost 19,
Oh, yeah, here it is.
19 cash on hand. So
Yeah.
normally when we budget, you know, if we held the budget flat at, you know,
Mm-hmm.
58,000, that 20,000 would come off, and we would then raise
right.
38,000,
Right.
you know, from taxes.
Mhm.
You know, my thought is we could take
Put it in.
some or all of that
Mhm.
and put it into reserve, and have the tax bills go out to cover the full cost of operating the village.
Put it in the capital reserve or the fire department?
So take the cash on hand and put it towards the fire station, you know, reserve account.
Okay, the reserve.
So what's that gonna do with the village tax bill? I mean, what's the,
It shouldn't change it because it'd be.
No, it would change it considerably,
It'd change
because
it quite a bit.
last year we only voted to raise 24,000
Oh,
from taxes.
okay, we had a lot on
cause we had 34,000.
Yeah, so it would, I mean, everybody probably remembers the tax bills were considerably smaller this past year than they
Yeah.
have been, because we had so much cash on hand. We had $34,000 cash on hand.
Mm.
And that's only come down to, you know, 14,000 to 20. So,
Hmm.
we don't necessarily need to do the whole thing, but we're gonna need all of that and much more in order to build a new fire station.
Mhm.
So the
Would you put it in fire station development?
yeah, I'm not sure it matters which
You
amount
got
for sure.
3 different places to put it, right?
Yeah,
Or
They're all
four,
connected.
Or 4.
Right, they're all
Yeah.
connected.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, right now the total of our reserve accounts, you know, for the village is $47,555. So we need to grow that. Oh, that was information Alex sent out today.
Well, it's on this. That's the money market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, thoughts?
Where does he have the general?
In conversations that I've had around the village, I have commented that it seems prudent to have planned ahead for building a new fire station, and it looks as if, in fact, that's what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Is to build, in it, not necessarily in direct anticipation of this, but we have put aside reserves
Mhm.
that we could draw on for the fire station, and my personal sense is that it would go over just fine at the village meeting to say, we have a head start here, because we've been prudent all along in anticipating that. I think the alternative is to say, now suddenly we have this huge need that we ought to have known is coming, and we need to do something else in order to access that fund.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can give it a go. There's gonna be a, you know, sticker shock. We should have probably done that last year and not carried so much, you know, just to,
Yeah, we
you know.
we plugged in that $3,000 for the fire station development. That was the extent of what we did last year.
Yeah.
We probably should have done much more.
Probably should have pulled,
Yeah.
you know,
And
10,000
we-
out of there and.
Well, and it didn't come to light that we had $34,000 cash on hand until
End of the year.
I think it was at the village meeting that came to light. And yeah, had we seen that
Yeah,
at the time we budgeted, we may have put more into reserve.
right.
So
And also,
So-
we had just finished the wastewater treatment plant. I mean, that was, we weren't immediately thinking, okay,
Right.
good, now let's start on fire station. We had seen it coming all along.
yeah. Yeah, so this year Alex has provided us some information, so we know that we've got, you know, about $20,000 of cash on hand. And you know, thought was to add that amount towards the reserves.
We have 24,000 in the money market for the fire department.
Right, but I'm talking about cash on hand. In the
So that
village
would be
account.
another 24. Right?
That's already in the reserve.
Right.
I'm talking about adding additional funds to the
Adding
reserve.
additional funds, this would be 24 and 24.
So as far as everything
20.
else here, you're just thinking keeping it the same?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, some are probably up, some are down. So,
This past squad hasn't
but the
spent
overall, our actuals, you know, at pretty much on track.
Well, we can certainly give it a go, and if they don't like it, we'll have to change it. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to come up with a number as far as what it, you know.
Well, I guess my
Well, that,
suggestion would be that fire station development that we put at $3,000 is to make it $20,000 this year.
I think we can reduce the building cost, the building thing.
No, I don't know if you can. Maybe you can.
I mean, we only spent $700 or $3,000, you
Yeah.
know.
Right, but
It's-
a year prior, we had issues that I think we went over, so.
So, development would be 20,000.
Fire station development, $20,000.
Now the heat, we have almost. We're halfway there. Okay, so that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, at the fire department and the fast squad,
Mm-hmm.
and they're running a little bit ahead of the percentage of the year. In other words, we're 83% spent and we're 62% of the year. Is that exceptional, or?
No, typically the chief will manage the budget, and sometimes it gets spent earlier in the year, and sometimes it gets spent at the end of the year.
When they know how much
So
they
it's-
have left, they have to buy some stuff.
Yeah, they've got
So
some
hopefully that's the
discretion.
case.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not that the expenses for calls have been,
I don't think so.
It's more equipment than
okay.
stuff.
I just wondered if we should look at increasing the budget for those items a little bit. But
Yeah, I think if the chief was here, he might be able to speak to that. So if that's the only change we make to the budget, then the budget goes from 58,050 to 75,050. But that would then get reduced by that 19,919 cash on hand, so we'd be raising about 55,000 from taxes.
Okay. I'm all right with it.
so have you figured out what that will do to the tax rate, the tax bill?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you
It'll go
that
up.
it's-
No, I just, how much?
Right.
So compared to last year's tax bill,
Mhm.
it's gonna go up 230%. Oh, I'm sorry, go up, not up 230, but it's gonna go,
It's gonna double.
it's gonna more than double from last year. But keep in mind, last year was,
Yeah, we shouldn't have done that.
last
We
year
didn't,
was
we didn't have
exceptionally low.
we didn't have that info, right?
Can we find out what it would be compared to 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't have that
Of
information.
course, I would find that out. Right.
56, the budget 2 years ago
It
was
might-
56, 250.
Yeah, but do you
That's
know
the-
how much
that's
we
the problem
voted to
when they-
raise from taxes?
When you drop it like that,
Do you have the,
I
don't have
mean,
the
we
annual
talked about
report.
that at the village meeting, and the village voted to set the taxes at that low of a rate.
Right, but if presenting it this year, if we say it went down and then it went back up, it's less of a double, it's more like,
right.
you know, if we
Well,
had.
isn't
Right.
it less expensive to raise the money this way than to bond for the fire station? The more you have to bond, the more expensive it is, because you have to pay interest and stuff. But if you're just paying, you see what I mean?
Well, any money that's put in there is going to offset, obviously.
The bond.
Right.
When the bond is
Right.
more expensive than
Whether
just
it's-
paying taxes, yeah. Okay.
Whether it's permits or engineering or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
testing, etc.
I just think it makes sense to start putting money towards the fire station now, rather than,
right.
you know, wait and have to increase the rates by that much more in the future. We took this approach with the wastewater upgrade, and it was extremely helpful and saved the village a fair amount of money by having a sizable reserve built up going into that project. You know, it meant that
Yeah, that did help.
that, you know, when we had issues with government shutdowns and, you know, grants funding didn't come through in a timely manner, we had some reserves to, you know, keep things moving so that we didn't have to interrupt that project. So it's nice to have going into a project. So I'll make a motion that we set the village budget for 2020, 2021 at $75,050.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay. Are there any reports? Let's see, we heard the wastewater. Fire station building?
Yeah, I'm going to be having a committee meeting this week.
We need 24 hours at least.
Yep. I'll put it. You want to put it out, or do you want me to?
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay. It'll be Thursday,
Okay.
7 o'clock.
What day is it? 20. Okay. So we won't meet next week. We'll meet on the 9th, at which time we will sign the warning for the annual meeting. Anything else?
So Louise, on those budgets,
Yeah.
why don't I take the format that
From the
we normally
annual
use,
report.
I'll fill in all the details, I'll send them to you for
Okay.
incorporation into the
Okay.
annual report.
Okay.
Okay.
Any further business?
Just a comment, I got a call back from Codas about the water heater
Yeah.
for the fire station.
Oh, yeah?
Recommendation from the manufacturer is it's not worth repairing.
It's what?
It's not, they do not recommend repairing it,
Oh.
the manufacturer.
It needs to be replaced?
Yeah, $1,300.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we have for money tonight?
That
your-
comes
there's
out of
your-
the
there's
building.
your building fund.
There's your building. All right. Good. So who's gonna do that? They are? I mean, the fire department, or do we do it?
Mm,
We just ask Coda to do it?
Somebody just asked Coda to do it, yeah.
Call them up, tell them we need it.
Okay,
Thank you.
I will do that. I will tell them to go ahead.
And I'm trying to reach this person in Buxton, Maine, who does the simple audits for the town of Rockingham. To try to get that moving.
There was a firm in Brattleboro that I came across.
T-check? I called them.
that said that they do.
Simple audits?
those.
Well,
It was on their website, I think.
oh, well, let me know. Because I
Remember
called
the
them
name
and,
now.
there was one person who did it and he, I don't
Was
know,
it might have been the piece,
P-check?
maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they no longer do them.
Well, it's one person and he's only part-time and
Huh.
he only works like in early morning
Thanks,
and
Fran.
Every other Tuesday.
chasing people. All right, anything else? Oh,
Motion to adjourn.
Good, great, thank you.
Wow.